Good morning. How are we today? I'm Paige Layle. I'm autistic, etc., and I talk about autism and stuff. I am a proud owner of 4 animals, 2 dogs and 2 cats. I've always loved animals and taking care of things, but there's something uniquely specific about how my dogs help enrich and benefit my life. You guys have probably seen Macy. I think I've had some videos of Mace on this channel. Not too sure if you know Medusa. That's my other dog. She's 2 as of right now. Macy is 6. She's almost 7. I've had Mace since she was 2 months old. I've had Medusa since she was 4.5 months old. Medusa's a mutt. Medusa was a garbage dog. She was found on the side of the road for $0, and I love her. I love them so much. Oh, taking my chain out. Nice. So this video is going to feature Macy and Medusa. I'm in my home currently. They're gonna hear that I'm calling their name and they're going to come and appear, I swear. Here's why my dogs benefit my autistic life. I've split this into separate categories, as one does. My first category, of which my dogs enrich my life, is in routine. One huge benefit of my dogs is that ever since I got Medusa, I have not had an alarm clock. She is my alarm clock. She wakes me up every morning and she does it right on time. Mace used to sleep on my bed, but now that she's a little bit older and now that she goes on couches, she loves her spot on the couch, so she usually sleeps on the couch, whereas Mace is just polite and lays at the end of the bed and doesn't touch you. Medusa needs to lay right as a scarf around you.
There are 2 kinds of dogs. One that wouldn't dare sit on your pillow and one that goes straight for it.
She is part poodle, which cool thing, when Medusa cuddles with you, it's the cutest thing ever in the world. But mornings have always been a really stressful time for me, especially alarms. I think specifically when I had a lot of unhealed trauma. Waking up in the morning was being yanked out of my sleep by my hair. Now I get woken up by my little puppy, and by little I mean she's 80 pounds. And even with the door shut, she'll just kind of yip at me at the door. It's always at around the time of which I would like it to be, around 7 a.m. I find that way more enjoyable than having an alarm clock. It's way less stressful. Another way of which they help my routine is they also let me know when it's time to be done work for the day. I do work from home primarily, and I could work for all day. I used to do that. They let me know, you gotta stop. Why? Because they need stuff. They will come at the store at 3:30, 3:45 p.m. And now I'm I would like to work till 5. New routine, babe. New routine. And it's also good for me. If I work 8 hours straight, no break, I'm gonna be stressed. By the end of it, I'm not really doing work as much as I'm just trying to survive and struggle and cry and stress. There's something about 3 p.m. that just kills me. And maybe they also sense that, They're so attuned to my feelings, how stressed I am. But same thing, Medusa will come here and she'll let me know that she's here and it's time for me to come out. And that's not bad. I know how they are and I can schedule my day accordingly. It's a constant in my life that makes planning everything else a little bit easier because it slides into these slots of which I can take care of my babies. Another thing, specifically after I got Medusa, is they keep me cleaning every day, every single day. I vacuum every day. Now, at first I was this sucks. Now I kind of enjoy it. It's quite satisfying to get the clumps of hair sucked up in the vacuum. I usually take the nozzle off. I just use the nozzle, go, and it's quite satisfying and also nice to have a clean home, a non-dirty home. I deserve that. And so do my babies. Because it must happen, it's just a routine for me. It's not oh, I have to vacuum. It's vacuuming is just a thing that occurs in life now. It's not oh, I should. It's we just do it. we just do it. And that makes it's easier. Now I will say I always have my headphones on when I vacuum. If you guys don't know, my headphones that I've had for 10 years, I do need to replace the pads on them, but these are my Beats. Only the left one works right now, which is quite sad. So hit me up if you want to send your girl some new Beats. One of the best ways of which they enrich my life with routine is that I am forced to go outside. I don't want to say that too loud or they will be summoned. Those are summoning words. I am blessed that my home has a pretty good property with a fully fenced in yard, but there has been a couple times where Medusa is just she's liquid. She just liquids underneath the fence sometimes. And I don't know how she does it. Mace has never done that. Mace is a horse. Where Macy is a horse, Medusa is a cow. So I always go out with them because I'm so nervous of them just escaping. And so now I'm out. I'm getting fresh air and I'm getting exercise every day, whether I like it or not, because Macy wants to play. And so we're running around, we're doing stuff. And even when you hate your life some days and you just want to bed rot, can't. You got little dudes to take care of. And so you may think, oh, this is really frustrating. And you know what? Sometimes it is. but it's also nice. It's not like, oh, I should probably go and do this thing to better myself and my health. You have an external reason as to why you're doing a thing, and then it's just like an added bonus of doing that thing. It makes doing the thing even better because you're like, not only am I enriching my dogs and taking them to the bathroom, but I'm also getting a lot of cool benefits for me, like fresh air and sunlight and exercise. This is a specific problem that I've had ever since I became an adult. I've always been very frugal. I don't like spending money, and this may be triggering for some, okay, because we're talking about money and food, but I think just because of the way that I feel about myself, like I take care of myself last, and if I feel like I need to save money, the first thing that I will cut is my food. Now, there's probably a lot of reasons why, like I do have ARFID, so food's hard anyway, but then I'm also like, I don't deserve things. For me, myself and my food is not a priority. It should be, but it's not. The thing with having dogs is I'm going to the store, different stores, grocery stores, more often to get things for them. And if I'm there getting things for them, I'm like, well, I'm already out here, might as well pick up something for me. And my food is always cheaper than, you know, a bag of dog food is $100. And then I'm like, oh, and I get myself some freaking apples and crackers, and that's $20 in this economy. That's not that bad. The other part of that is also that I eat after they eat. We have a food routine. I feed them in the morning, I feed them breakfast, and then I feed them dinner at around 5 p.m. And once I feed them, get them all fed, then they'll usually just lay down for a sec, and then I can make myself food. So it's a nice little like reminder as well. It's a routine that we got going on. Feed the babies, feed yourself, because you are also a baby. Now moving from the routine category to the grounding category. That's what I decided to call it. Because having animals in your home, and I specifically dogs, right? I do have cats. Cats are unique in what they provide you. Cats, you really just provide for them a lot. But having dogs in the house is really helpful for when you are just like an anxious mess a lot of the time. They provide external structure, a method of regulation that like usually is always there and works. Whenever I'm freaking out, I'll like pet them because petting dogs is so sick. Like they're so cuddly and cute and they love you. And you're just like, there's another thing here that's not me. It gets you out of your head a little bit. It does for me. I'm like, other thing's life, other thing, and it feels soft. Nice. Ooh, I just need to add to my list real quick because I just found one to add to my list. I just thought of one to add. Okay. Another big grounding thing to me is, so my dysregulation will often turn into anxiety and stress, which usually they pick up on, and it depends on like how aroused I am. But if I'm really worried and I'm worried about my life and my finances and if I'm a good enough mom to them, and I'm like walking around pacing, panicking, I can look over at them and they're sleeping and they're quite relaxed and they're very comfortable and happy. And it's also just like another thing to get me out of my head and go, demand evidence, Paige. Demand evidence from your feelings. You're doing all right. Now, some of you guys may know, years and years ago when Mace was just a little wee baby, we did service dog training for a bit, but we ended up dropping out. Mace was not really cut out for it. She's very loud. She's a very vocal gal, and she's, you know, a little bit anxious, but we learned a lot of stuff and she can do a lot of tasks. And I'm sure that you could probably teach a dog to do way more things. Medusa doesn't know how to do this. She just does it on her own, but she'll lay on you with her whole body, and it's very nice. It's like a big weighted blanket. Mace will get things for you. She'll stop my leg if it's bouncing. Mace gives kisses. And teaching them and training them too is really helpful. And I can cut their nails with no problem. That's not a task, but just like, that's a really nice thing to do. Get them comfy with doing stuff. Moving on to the subcategory that is companionship. That's like what they say when you talk about dogs. Man's best friend. Totally. I have been alone for most of my life. I've never really had many friends, and I mean, I work from home, and so having dogs means I'm never alone. I'm never lonely. I got two very distinct personalities also in my home. You got someone to do stuff with. If you're ever like, man, like I really want to go on a walk, but kind of want someone to come with me, take your dog, or both of them. You want to go to Canadian Tire? Take your dog. Dogs are allowed in Canadian Tire. You want to go to the Tim Hortons drive-thru? Take your dog. They'll get a free plain Timbit. And also, training Mace to be a service dog, I could take her anywhere. But then there came a point where I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Mace is too much. There's also something really, I don't know what the feeling is. It's just love, I guess. And this might just be a me thing, but I love taking care of things. And so having beings that rely on me, and not because they're scared, they very much love me, that's really cool. I really like that. I really enjoy being needed and feeling valuable. It feels good to care for them, and to see them thrive makes me feel accomplished. Speaking of not having friends, having dogs is usually a pretty good icebreaker for other people. You can take them to dog things, and then you meet other dogs and other dog people, and now you have something in common, and now you have a reason to also interact with other humans and something to like talk about, something in common. Dogs kind of force you to do that a little bit, or like you're walking them and you see someone else with one, and if you do that a bit, and then it's a routine, and then you become buds with them. And a lot of people like dogs. I also don't need a doorbell because I have Macy. Mace will let me know if anybody's here. She'll also let me know if anybody's good guard dog. And I love that as a small single gal. It used to really bother me just like sensory wise when Mace would bark at things where I'm like, okay, you're fine. Like, I don't need you to alert me anymore. But I've got into accepting it and having gratitude and going, you know what? Yeah, get them. You let everybody know that they should not come into this home because they got to deal with you. You bark your head off. This is my protector. Scary dog privileges. And they just love you. That's so cool. They just love you and want to be around you, and you're like, nice. I can't be that bad of a person because look at these little beings that are just so sweet and innocent, and the worst thing that they've ever done is eat poop, and they love me and want to be around me. Awesome. It's like having, you know, little buds. When I'm playing guitar and singing, Medusa will come from wherever she is and come and listen to me. Come on. My next subcategory is just, they make me happy. They just fuel my day. They're so freaking funny, and they're both so different. It's so funny watching what they do and how they interact. Mace, who I had first, used to not like dogs because Mace is very rigid and very rule oriented. Mace is a Virgo rising. So I knew that when I got a second dog, because I knew I wanted a second dog, not just for me, but for Macy, I got a bigger dog. Like Medusa was 4.5 months, so she was still a puppy, but she was like she wasn't tiny. And at first Mace was like, I don't care. But now watching them play together, it fills my heart with joy just to see, you know, my little scary dog being like rolling around, you know, and just, oh, they're so sweet. It's so funny. They do such like stupid things. And they're also just so cute. Like, look at their little squishy faces. This is one I don't know where else to add this. It's gonna be in this category. My God, do I stim with them? Like vocally, I have so many vocal stims with them, and then just echolalia that I just nonstop, and they know it and they love it because it's just a routine for me. Like, does it mean anything to them? Probably not. They just like will come up and squish me when they hear me doing stuff and saying stuff. And like, there's so many words that I say to them that then a song is associated with it, and I have to start singing the song, and they know, and they don't judge you for it. They're like, yeah. They just get pumped. It's also really fulfilling to teach them stuff and just see how smart they are and see things click for them. And sometimes I'll do something and they'll be alerted, and I'm like, what does this mean to you? The sound of me grabbing the garbage bag from the bathroom, with that they're gonna go outside. I really like watching them grow. I really like watching them learn. I really like seeing how they change. I love taking care of them. I don't know if that's just a bee thing. I can't say it's an autism thing. I think that's just something I've always felt in my life. It's also the cutest thing ever when they're so excited to see you, and just how they wiggle and their tails and their ears. Macy's ears go from this to and she's like, and I'm like, you're just so cute. Just these big dogs that are just little babies.
Oh, come on, Mace. Put them on. Come on, Mace. Put them on. No, put them on. Good girl. Oh, come on. No, stop. I want you to put them on. Do so long. Just the headphones on, baby. Nice job, girlfriend. Oh, yes, he looks good. Nice job. Good girl. And good job, Macy. Can I get it one more time? Oh, yeah. Nice job. Oh, yeah. She listens to music. Music dog. Good girl.
Before I moved here, Mace didn't go on the couches. But when I got here, she was like, yeah, I'm going to get on this couch. Okay, I kind of love that because I want to cuddle with you. And same with on my bed. I'm like, get up here. Cuddle with me. You big, splashy baby. The other thing that makes me feel really good is like a lot of other people like dogs. So if I have people over and my dogs are like liking them and they like my dogs and they're like, oh, your dogs are so good. I'm like, yeah, they are, aren't they? Or at the vet, when the vet's like, oh, good dog, I love this dog. I'm like, yeah. 2 other things that are like really me specific probably. I'm really crying. I just love my babies. It is the coolest thing ever. Now that I vacuum every day and I use my little nozzle to chunks of hair, I find so many whiskers. Seeing a whisker, I'm like, are you kidding me? And there are some whiskers, like specifically Mace has one gray whisker and one whisker that comes in bent. And so when I find those ones, it's like, I'm gonna take that. I'm taking that. I'm keeping that. Now it's also kind of like a thing that makes me enjoy vacuuming, because I'm like, I'm gonna vacuum, but I'm also might find a whisker. Like, let's see how many whiskers I find. Like one day I found like 10 whiskers. And then some days you find none and you're like, all right. But it's like a little scavenger hunt. You're like, I'm gonna get whiskers. And then another thing that's probably me specific and also my dogs specific, but they both have the type of fur that you can brush. I like brushing them and they both enjoy being brushed. And then I keep their fur.
Which dog do you think this came from? The white hair.
And I turn it into yarn. I'm a big yarn gal, I'm a big crocheter. You can make yarn out of their fur, and I've done it. So you gotta brush it, whatever. You gotta clean it, then you gotta card it, which means making all the fibers go the same way. Then you felt it, and then you. I use a drop spindle to wind it. To turn into yarn. Then you have your dogs immortalized forever, and it's just so soft. And Macy specifically always smells good. Deusa kind of smells sometimes. She's got hair, you know, so she's a little bit different. But I love that. I love that about them. Now I also wanted to go over some of the reasons why having dogs stresses me out. Because are they just great? No. There's a lot of things that I'm like, God, this part really sucks. So I have a category just for that. First one. And this might just be a me thing, again, but I'm constantly wondering if I'm enough. Am I a good enough parent? Do I do enough for them? Are they happy enough? Could they be happier elsewhere? What can I do to provide them a better life? And what I've been doing now when I'm thinking and feeling that is I look at them and they're sleeping right on me or next to me. And I'm like, they're at peace. They're well taken care of. Demand evidence from your feelings. But still, it's a worry. Second thing, they always have frickin' eye boogers in their eyes. I'm constantly getting the eye boogers out of their eyeballs. And it's always, especially after they eat food. Get them out of there. Get your boogers out. Macy will then eat them. If I get them out, she's like, give it to me. That one matters less, but I'm picking boogers out of their eyes quite frequently. Now, one that isn't too much, I don't run into this problem too often because I don't really do stuff too much, but if I ever want to go and do a thing, if I ever want to go somewhere else, I have to worry about who's gonna watch them. I have to hire somebody to come and take care of them, or I gotta put them somewhere. And that's stressful, especially when you don't have family. You don't just have somebody that's like, I've got them. It's another added expense. And or you have to manage them wherever you're headed. If you're going somewhere, are they good around other dogs, other people? Then you have to worry about them the whole time. Traveling with them. I don't think I ever will. They are not going under a plane. I'm way too afraid. You're a little bit limited sometimes in like what you do. But if you like being home, not that bad. Money's a thing. They're a little expensive. You got to pay for them. Then you got their food, their medication, their vet bills, pet insurance, grooming them, boarding them, training them, buying them stuff like toys, collars, leashes. If you want to pay for any services for them, it costs money. It costs a little bit of money. Especially you got one like Medusa who needs to be groomed. She needs special food because she's allergic to chicken. They cost money. They're not free. Medusa was free, but she cost me the most money. Another thing that you have to deal with is poop. They poop. You got to do something about it. I grew up in the country with a dog on an acre property, so we would just like scoop the poop with a shovel and throw it into the field. There's a cow field. Now I'm in town. Can't just scoop it into my neighbor's yard, so I gotta pick up poop a lot. Mace only poops once a day. Medusa poops 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a day. Yeah, you gotta do something about that. And if you don't want it, then you gotta pay somebody else to do something about that. And not just do they poop, but you gotta potty train them if you get them when they're little. And then you gotta clean up pee as well. And then the best part is when they puke, even better, when they go out into the winter snow and dig up a frozen poopsicle, eat it, and then come inside and puke it up. And then you gotta clean up poop, puke, vomit. Great. You're cleaning way more in general. Because if you aren't vacuuming more often, then you better be changing the air filter in your furnace more often. Or you're going to have a dog in your furnace. And that's not good. So you got to get some more gadgets. I got a thing that rolls on the couch to get the hair off the couch. I got a pet vac, wet vac. I got different stuff for my clothes. Dog hair on everything. I have a black wool coat. I'll get all the hair off it. And just like from it existing in my home, like the hair will just find it and cling on to it. Sometimes they are annoying. Sometimes they piss you off. Like I will say, my dogs love drinking out of the toilet. And you know what? I kind of don't hate it. I'm not gonna lie. It's way grosser for me than it is for them. I keep the toilet clean as possible because I know that they want to drink out of it. The thing that bothers me the most is, you know, they drip. I'd rather them drip in the bathroom. But then, you know, gotta clean up the little dribbles. People are like, you're gonna let your dog kiss you after they drink out of the toilet? My dog licks their own butthole. They'll go out and they'll kill an animal. I don't like my dogs licking me in general because of all of the other things. And their breath stinks. Don't lick me. If you do, it is what it is, because I love them. I've had children vomit on me, you know, but then when I go to the bathroom, they'll be like, can I put my face in the toilet? No, dudes, this is my toilet. Go drink out of your water bowl. They'll go out and like eat the snow. That's really cute. But sometimes they're just annoying. Sometimes they're loud and you're like, shut up. Sometimes they really want something and you're like, it's not time for you to want something yet. It's time for me to do something else. I can't. If it's like raining and they hate their life and they don't want to go out, but they need to burn some energy, well, now you're playing tug of war with two different dogs and it's fun unless you like hate your life that day. You can't just like bed rot all day because they will bother you. They will be like, hello. Even on the days when you're like, I don't want to do anything, you have to. Like, in a way, it's motivating, you know, in a way, it's helpful, but like, it's also annoying. Sometimes they're annoying. One time, Mace took a tumble outside and got a gash on her arm. And I was like, God, that's gonna need stitches, isn't it? And you know what? It did. It needed one stitch. And we had to go to the emergency vet for it. And it cost so much money. And I'm like, what the fuck? Medusa, car sick. She's always pukes in the backseat of the car, no matter where we go, all the time. No matter how long it takes before Medusa gets car sick. Cleaning up puke in the backseat of the car. Mace, cutest thing. She likes to stick her head out the sunroof of the car, which I think is so adorable. But then when she doesn't and she comes down, then she's like, and then she's right in your way and you can't see because there's a dog in your way. Or she barks at every dog that passes by. When we first moved into town, because she used to live in the country, so any door that shut, she's like, that's my door. That means someone's here. For the first like month and a bit when we were here, she barked at every single door shutting, house door, car door. She was barking. That was annoying. They don't have that much patience. You gotta clean the couch when we're often, because I do let them on the couch because their world is only so big. And I'm like, I'm not gonna limit it even more. I will clean this every single day. If you have a girl dog and she's not fixed yet and she gets her first heat, well, now you gotta deal with period. Now you got a period going on. Male dog, he's humping stuff. Macy's a female. She'll hump Medusa. Macy's always been a lesbian. Dude, we have guests over. You can't do this to your sister. They're definitely way better than they are annoying. And how do I deal with this part, all the annoying stuff? The same way I deal with a lot of things in my life that I'm not super in love with. And it's so annoying that this works. Gratitude. It does work. What I mean by that is when I'm out there with a bag and a latex glove and I'm picking up poop with my latex hands, I'm going, I get to do this. Not that I have to, I get to. I get to take care of them. I get to buy the dog food because I get to take care of them. They were brought into this world without my consent, without their consent. They were here. I'm the one lucky person that gets to experience them. Like, they could be anywhere and they're with me, and that's pretty sick. And when I'm rolling off the hair off of all the stuff, I go, well, I get to experience them. I get to take care of them. I'm the lucky person that does this. I'm the lucky person that gets them. And it makes it all kind of okay. I've had a dog since I was 5 years old. Scrappy was my first dog. And then when Scrap died, a couple months later, I got Macy when I was 18. I'm 25 now. She moved here with me when she was 2, and she's gonna be 7. She'll be 7 in a month, less than a month. Her back legs are slowing her down a little bit. We play a little bit differently. We warm up and we do some physio afterward. It's more time, but what's life for? And even though Mace screams inside the house when I'm shoveling the driveway because she wishes that I could just throw the snow at her, and even though I'm cleaning up freaking vomit, they are just so lovely and I'm so thankful. I have over 100 whiskers, so that's pretty sick. Show me your whisker collection if you have any. And do you guys have dogs? Are you autistic with dogs? Are you autistic without dogs? Those are some of the reasons why I love dogs and will probably always have them. Oh, I guess another like annoying thing is I guess they kind of do limit where you live. I haven't come into that problem yet, but if I want to go somewhere, you know, I'm gonna have to find somewhere that they're cool with my 2 big babies and somewhere with a yard still. Or you can walk, but I want my babies to play together in a yard. I think that dogs are probably my favorite animal. Just like in general, love a dog. Never met a dog I didn't love. They're so cool. And I got great ones. I got really great ones. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If there's anything I missed or anything that you particularly are like, this is why dogs are awesome. Or if you're like, this is why dogs suck. Thanks for watching. And if you're like, should I get my autistic kid a dog? I hope that this video convinced you one way or another if it's worth it. In my opinion, 1,000,000% every single time. Kid, talk to you bitches later. Goodbye. See you later. Bye.
This is the end of the video song. This video's to tell you the video's done. If you're hearing this, it's because the video's done. Go watch another one. Boop boop. Have a good day. Love you so much. Bye.